Okay, we made it through the Thanksgiving holiday. Winter meetings start less than a week in San Diego, where I expect the Orioles to be busy even if they don't come away with a free agent or a trade acquisition. It's going to be busy for those meetings. I recently dumped out my mailbag. It was a little lighter than usual, so I thought that'd be easier. I wasn't in the mood for any heavy lifting after all that tryptophan. So I'll share a couple of the questions with you that really stuck with me if you happen to miss them. I know you do live for it, but just in case. Why so much angst over the backup catcher? If it's that important, why not just give the job to Anthony Bemboom? They very well could do that. Reminder, Bemboom stayed in the organization. The Orioles signed him to a one-year split contract to keep him off of minor league free agency, and then they outrighted him to AAA. So I'm guessing that there was probably some arrangement made where, look, we want to keep you in the organization. We're bringing you to spring training, but for 40-man purposes, we're going to do this. He accepted the assignment. He will come to camp. And right now, he's probably the favorite for the backup job, but I certainly expect them to bring in a veteran. It could be on a major league deal, could be another minor league deal. They only have Hadley Rutschman on the 40-man. He's the only catcher right now. So they're going to amp up that camp competition. Look, it's not a huge thing, but someone's got to be the backup catcher. Every team carries one, and Rutschman's going to handle the bulk of the work. So they've got to find a guy who's going to be okay making 30-some starts and otherwise helping in that mentorship if Rutschman still needs any of that. He's probably ready now to start mentoring. So you got to find the right guy who's willing to take that kind of deal. Bemboom certainly is one of them. So maybe it ends up being him. So we'll see. But there's not a lot of angst about backup catcher, but they do need one. And yes, right now I would think Bemboom is the favorite. Do the O's need a $300 million shortstop? No, they do not. Are they going to get one? No, they are not. I'm not expecting them to dive into that deep end of the pool, even though we know who the big four are. They're looking more, and I've said this before, first base, DH, corner outfield, second base, and yes, backup catcher. And of course, they'd like to get a couple of veteran starting pitchers, one who could maybe slot at the top of the rotation or darn near it, somebody else who maybe replaces a Jordan Lyles if it's not him coming back, but further back into the rotation. Shortstop, they feel like they're okay, and they're certainly not going to break the bank at that position, while other teams with the more pressing need will do that. So, and you may have noticed too, we haven't seen a lot of rumors all of a sudden yet this year, fingers crossed, about, oh, they made an offer to Correa, and oh, they've made another offer to Turner, and we're not seeing any of that right now because none of that is happening. Who you've got winning the World Cup? I don't know. The LA Galaxy? I don't know anything about it. Would you vote for J.J. Hardy on your Hall of Fame ballot? I would not, but it's nice to see J.J. on it. If there was a wing for really good guys, he would certainly be a first ballot inductee. When you say the Orioles aren't shopping top-tier free agency, does that include Carlos Rodon? Yes, it does. He's top tier. They're not shopping for the upper-level starting pitchers. You probably haven't heard many rumors about them either for a good reason. That doesn't mean they're not talking to agents and seeing if maybe a price could possibly come down with somebody maybe fall in their lap. You do your due diligence by talking to these guys and seeing, you know, what's out there and any possibilities. But when you say fishing in the deep end, that means a lot of talking. It doesn't mean they're looking to spend really big on one of those guys either. You could use that money to spread it out and fill multiple needs, sign multiple guys, rather than giving a huge deal to one free agent starting pitcher. That second and third level of free agency, the Orioles are much more aggressive there. Plus, they're talking trade with multiple teams, and will continue to do that at their winter meetings. But they're not going to necessarily reel in a Justin Verlander type or Rodon or anybody like that at this point. Pumpkin pie or apple pie? Not a pie guy, though I do like a Pop-Tart. Probably pumpkin because you can scoop out the filling, but I'm not a big fan. Stuffing, is that bread pudding or a dry casserole? Okay, we're going to stop right here for the mailbag. I'll see you at the winter meetings at San Diego.